Hi everyone, welcome back to Islam Unboxed. Today I will show you one single verse in Quran that will debunk so many Muslims' traditions. Let me take you to Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim, hadith number 163. I will not read the whole thing, but I will show you a couple of important points in the narration. So first, Muhammad was visited by Gabriel, and then Gabriel opened his heart and washed it in Zamzam water, and then filled it up with faith and wisdom, and then took him to heaven, or heavens, should I say. So, anyway, took him to heavens. In heavens, he met all the prophets, like Adam, Idris, or Enoch, Jesus, Moses, Abraham. In this particular hadith, it's not mentioned where Jesus is, in what level Jesus is. It is from different hadith that says Jesus is in the second heaven. However, this hadith mentioned that Adam is in the lowest heaven, while Abraham is in the sixth heaven. This hadith also mentioned how Allah gave Muslims 50 obligatory prayers in a day. So Moses is the one who told Muhammad to bargain with Allah. So Moses is so smart. 50 prayers in a day. We only have 24 hours a day in a day. How can we pray 50? So it means every half hour, 2 prayers per hour, and some hours we have to pray 3 times. How stupid is this? Moses told him to bargain with Allah. And then, after bargaining, like when you go to Chinatown or Little India, those people like to bargain, right? And then, finally, Allah came down to 5. Moses is a good guy to take when you go to Chinatown or Little India. You should take a guy like Moses. He's good. He can bargain from 50 to 5. How much is this? $50. Bargaining. And then he will get away with $5. Imagine. It's a good bargainer. Anyway, so that's the story. Muhammad was visited by Gabriel. His heart was washed in Zamzam water, and then his heart is filled. Gabriel filled his heart with wisdom and faith. Then he took him to heavens, where he met all the prophets in different level of heavens. And then he was given 50 prayers obligatory, and Moses instructed him to bargain with Allah, and then it came down to 5 a day, which is better than 50. Who can pray 50 times a day, by the way? You don't have time to do anything. If I have to pray 5 times a day, I'm not going to take shower. Anyway, now this notion of Muhammad was taken to heaven by Jibril is also supported by Surah Al-Isra, Quran chapter 17 verse 1. Glory to Allah, who took his servant for a journey by night from the sacred mosque to the farthest mosque, whose precincts we did bless, in order that we might show him some of our signs. For he is the one who hears and sees. Now, this Surah Al-Isra, chapter 17. Now, another point I need you to remember or to know, when was all this happen? When was the journey happen? The alleged journey is believed to be happen in year 621. Year 621 is the last year he was in Makkah, because almost at the end of year 622 he ran away to Medina, because after he was mocking the gods of the pagans and they were going to kill him, and he ran away to Medina in September, year 622. So the journey was taken less than a year and a half, I would say. Less than a year and a half before he ran away to Medina. So now, I hope you will remember this particular years. I showed you, because this is very important. The chronology is always important, because chronology will debunk so many things in Islam. Will debunk so many beliefs. And Muslims and chronologies are enemies. So now I'm gonna show you my favorite verse. But first I will show you the short version. Surah An-Nisa, verse 158. Nay, Allah raised him up unto himself, and Allah is exalted in power wise. Now I'm going to show you the longer version. Surah Al-Imran, verse 55. Behold, Allah said, O Jesus, I will take thee and raise thee to myself, and clear thee of those who blaspheme. I will make those who follow thee superior to those who reject faith, to the day of resurrection. Then shall you all return unto me, and I will judge between you of the matters wherein you dispute. So where is Jesus now? Jesus is raised by Allah to himself. So this means Muhammad never saw Jesus in heaven, because Jesus is not in heaven. Jesus is with Allah. This verse means Jesus is with Allah. Where is Allah? Let us read Surah Hud, chapter 11, verse 7. It is He who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and His throne was over the waters. I'll stop there. Allah's throne is believed to be, the throne of Allah is believed to be over the waters. And under the waters is, according to Islamic belief, Firdaus, or Eden, where Adam and Eve were created, where Adam and Hawa were created. Under the Firdaus is the 7 Jannah, 7 heavens. Now Muhammad said he met Jesus in heaven, in one of the heavens. But Allah said He took Jesus and raised him up unto himself. So it means Jesus is not in heaven. If Jesus is not in heaven, it means this Sahih Muslim is bogus. If Jesus is not in heaven, it means Allah never gave him 50 obligatory prayers that went down to 5. If Jesus is not in heaven, it means Muhammad never went to heaven and met all the prophets. If Jesus is not in heaven, it means Gabriel never came down to Muhammad and washed his heart with Zamzam water. And lastly, it means Gabriel never filled his heart with faith and wisdom. The whole hadith is wrong. Now, earlier I showed you the year of this journey was alleged. Well, the alleged journey was believed to happen in year 621, right? And Muhammad ran away to Medina a year and a half later, or less than that actually. And Surah Al-Isra supporting this hadith. But let me show you surahs in Revelation order. Quranic chapters in Revelation order. Remember, the Quran they have now is not in real order. The real order is like this. Like this, for example, there you go, Surah Al-Isra. Now we have Surah Al-Isra number 17, chapter number 17. But actually it is the 50th surah to be revealed. Now it's from Makkah, revealed in Makkah. Except this chapter, this verse from Medina. They explain it to you, right? Which is good, right? So now, Surah Al-Isra, verse 1, is revealed in Makkah, right? And the alleged journey happened a year and a half before he went to Medina. But look, it's number 50, or the 50th surah to be revealed. But look, it's all Makkah. How many? From Makkah, still going. The 80th surah to be revealed, Surah An-Naba, still in Makkah. Ar-Rum, still in Makkah. Now, however, okay, now the first surah to be revealed in Medina is Al-Baqarah, number 87th. And Al-Imran is 89th surah to be revealed. And An-Nisa is the 92nd surah to be revealed. So all of this from Medina. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do Muslims expect me to believe that in a year and a half or less than that, in a year and a half, Allah gave 36 surahs to Muhammad? 36, where I get the number 36. Surah Al-Isra is the 50th surah. And then the last surah to be revealed in Makkah is surah number 86, which is Al-Mutaffifin. 36 surahs were revealed in a year and a half. Wow, I find this very hard to believe, because Muhammad prophethood was 23 years, 12 years in Makkah, and 10 years in Medina. And Muslim scholars, well, alleged scholars, expect me to believe in a year and a half 36 surahs revealed. Huh. And Quran has 114 surahs. All right. So it means only 78 surahs revealed in 21 and a half years. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? I hope you understand my points here. Not only Surah Al-Imran, verse 55, debunk the journey that eventually will lead us to know that everything surrounding the journey, where his heart was washed with Zamzam water, he went to heaven, met all the prophets in different levels of heavens, and then the 50 prayers were also made up, right? Surah Al-Imran says Jesus is in heaven, is in with Allah, not in heaven. Because Allah is not in heaven. You can ask any Muslim. I know what Muslims believe. If you ask their scholars or imams or maulanas, where is Allah? Is Allah in heaven? Definitely not. They will give you, oh, Allah is closer to your jugular vein. Allah is everywhere. Allah is on the throne. Allah is above the throne. But definitely not in heaven. So it means Jesus with Allah, and it means Jesus is not in heaven. And if we look at the chronology, that's not the only thing that is wrong with the story, with the belief, with the notion of Muhammad went to heaven. But it means more questions come with this story. It means within a year and a half, Allah sent 36 surahs to Muhammad. Wow. And the other 21 and a half years, Allah only sent 78 surahs. I find this hard to believe. It's like Allah, if it's, I understand if it's like emailing, if Allah sent it with email. But if Jibril coming every day, like how many times in a day? Because 36 surahs is a lot of verses. If you check, let's say, I don't know, let me check Surah Ar-Rum, right? Surah 30, Quran chapter 30. How many verses in Quran chapter 30? 60 verses. Surah Ankabut, right? Which is chapter 29. 69 verses. Now you have to remember, the Quran we have now is the genius Zaid ibn Thabit put it in the order which one is the longest. So if the surah is longer, he put it in the front. What a simple mind. So let's say Surah Yusuf. Surah Yusuf is like more than 100 verses for sure. Surah Yusuf, right? Surah Yusuf is, let me check, 111 verses. So Jibril must be busy for a year and a half, go back up and down, giving verses to Muhammad. So within like 450 days, like thousands of verses came down to Muhammad. Imagine. But anyway, so now, at least from this video, I hope you know and you can see why this single verse debunks the whole notion of Muhammad going to heaven. One single verse from Al Imran 55 or Surah An-Nisa 158. And this video also showing you how the story is a is a made up story. The journey. Because if we follow the chronology, it's almost unlikely. It's not almost. It's unlikely to this thing happen. It's very, very unlikely. I hope if you're Muslim or you're Christian and listening to this, I hope at least if you read something about something, we have to read further and we learn how to question things, not just to believe. Because a lot of stories are made to sound good, to boost your iman or your faith. But a lot of stories are fake. And this another fake story. This like the whole hadith is a fake news. Well, that's all from me tonight. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, whether you believe that that journey really happened or not, God bless you all. Have a nice life.